Good morning, students. Today we will be studying about acceleration, which is another vector quantity. So let us start. Suppose a body is traveling with a non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means the velocity is not constant. It is either increasing or it is decreasing. Now there might be some quantity which can measure how the velocity is increasing and it is decreasing. Here comes acceleration. It is the quantity which tells us by how much amount the velocity of a body changes in unit interval of time. That is, acceleration, we also call it as rate of change of velocity. If the velocity is increasing, the acceleration will be positive. If the velocity is decreasing, the acceleration will be negative. Now here is the formula of acceleration. It is change in velocity divided by time taken. We denote acceleration by a symbol A on which arrow is placed. Why? Because it is a vector quantity. Now, how can we find out the formula for acceleration? Suppose a body has started its journey with some initial velocity and it has ended the journey with some final velocity. Let us say the initial velocity of the object is u. Now, velocity is initial, that means time is equal to 2 seconds. Now, when the journey has ended, let us say the final velocity of the body is v. So at time is equal to t second, the velocity is v. So change in velocity will be final velocity minus initial velocity. This is the final velocity and this is the initial velocity. So time taken will be final time, that is t seconds, minus the initial time 0 seconds. So total time taken will be t seconds. Therefore, acceleration will be change in velocity, that is v minus u, divided by time taken. So here is the formula of acceleration. It is v minus u by time taken. Next, how will we find out the unit of acceleration? Once you know formula of any physical quantity, you can very easily find out its units. So unit of acceleration will be unit of velocity divided by unit of time taken. As we have already studied, the unit of velocity is meter per second and unit of time taken is second. So in numerator you have meter and in denominator you have second multiplied by second. So the unit of acceleration becomes meter per second square. This is the SI unit of acceleration. If we talk in the CGS system, CGS, the full form is centimeter, grams, second. So in CGS system, the unit becomes centimeter per second square. Now let us do one numerical based on acceleration. Before doing the numerical, as I already told you, that acceleration of a body is positive if the velocity is increasing with time. It is negative if the velocity is decreasing with time. And acceleration will be 0 if a body is moving with a constant velocity. Suppose a body is moving with a constant velocity throughout the motion. A car is going on a straight road without changing its speed with time. In this case, the acceleration of a body will be 0. Why? Because there is no change in velocity. If there is no change in velocity, acceleration is going to be 0. Now let us do one numerical based on acceleration. A driver applies the brakes and slows down the velocity of the bus from 80 km per hour to 60 km per hour in 5 seconds. Calculate the acceleration of the bus. So whenever you see a numerical, your first step is you have to write down what is given to you. Let us try to first understand what is given to us. 3 things are given to us: 80 km per hour, 60 km per hour and 5 seconds. So as we talked earlier, the initial velocity of the bus will be u. So what is u here? This is the initial velocity of the bus because it is starting its journey from 80 km per hour. Now after 80 km per hour it has applied brakes, and after brakes were applied the velocity changed to 60 km per hour. So 80 will be u, that is initial velocity, and 60 will be v, that is final velocity, and time taken will be 5 seconds. So three things are given to us, and what we have to find is acceleration. So first step of the numerical is writing what is given to us. The purpose of writing given is we can do all the conversions of units here. First of all, u is 80 km per hour. Let us convert it into SI units. If we have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, we have to multiply it by 5 by 18. 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So initial speed 80 km per hour is equal to 80 into 5 by 18. It will come out to be 22.22 meter per second. Final speed is 60 km per hour. So we will again multiply this by 5 by 18 and will get 16.67 meter per second. Time taken is 5 seconds. We have to find what is acceleration. Now second step of the numerical is you will be writing the formula and putting values in it. So because we have to find acceleration, the formula of acceleration is v minus u by t. Let us put the values of v, u and t. After putting values, we will get acceleration is minus 1.11 meter per second square. Now here this minus is important. Why we have got acceleration as negative? Because of the brakes which were applied. When brakes were applied, the speed was decreasing. When speed decreases, remember acceleration is always negative. Okay, let us do another numerical. In this, let me read the statement first. A bus starts from rest and attains a speed of 36 km per hour in 10 minutes while moving with uniform acceleration. Calculate the acceleration of the bus. We have to find the acceleration. Now let us interpret the question and try to find out what is given to us. Once you will see that only two things are given to us, but when you will read the statement carefully, it is saying a bus is starting from rest. Now what does it mean? If it is starting from rest, that means when time was 0, the bus was having no speed, 0 speed. That means initial speed is equal to 0. Always when any body is starting from rest, initial speed, that is u, you will be taking as 0. Final speed, that is v, is 36 km per hour and time taken is 10 minutes. Now let us write all these given and we have to find out acceleration. Okay, here is what is given to us. Initial speed is 0. Final speed is 36 km per hour. Again we will be converting it into meter per second. For conversion we have to multiply it by 5 by 18. We will get it as 10 meter per second. Time taken is 10 minutes, which is again not in SI unit. So we will have to change minute into seconds. For this we will have to multiply it by 60. So we will get as 60 seconds and we have to find acceleration. So formula of acceleration is v minus u by t. By putting values of v as 10, u as 0 and time as 600, we will get the answer as 1 by 60 meter per second square. Here the answer is positive because the body was starting from rest and the speed increased. So acceleration is positive. If the speed is increasing, acceleration is positive. If the speed is decreasing, the acceleration will be negative. And if speed is neither increasing nor decreasing, the acceleration would remain same. Acceleration would be 0. Thank you all.